Hey everybody, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. We're going to have a little bit of a change of plans today. I had originally intended to work on my space shuttle project, but kind of run into a brick wall with that. I'm not happy with how it's been going. I'll show you what I got, but it can't take off under its own power. It was never meant to. It was meant to actually take off from a rocket like the actual space shuttle did. But it's just too unstable. When I put it on a rocket, it just kind of flops around. I think it's probably too much wing surface, and I should probably reduce that. But development of this is going to be kind of just put on the wayside for a little bit, and we're going to try to launch some crew up to the space station, because right now the only crew up there is the crew of that tugboat, and that's not really good. So we're going to be testing one of these escape pods later, but not today. I actually like those escape pods a lot. We're going to mess around with those for the station too. But for today, what we're going to do is launch a command pod. And I think we need parachutes and everything. So I'm going to build something really quick to get this together, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so this is what I've come up with. It's just a standard 3-man capsule, and then it's got a crew tank, and actually I need to change something real quick here. Get rid of these. There's no reason to have those. It's got a crew tank that I'm going to put 4 Kerbals in, which is why there's all these ladders here. Unfortunately, they don't quite reach the ground, so I'm going to have to go build some sort of rover that's going to be able to have a ladder on it and transfer those crew onto that ladder. I'm going to turn it this way because I think it will be I don't know which way it will be facing. I think it will be facing the right way if I do this. And by the right way, I mean I want it to face the ramp that's on the launch pad. Let's see if it's facing the right way. And I think it's facing 180 degrees off. It's going to make my life a little bit easier if this is actually facing the way that I want it to, so I'm going to fix that real quick. And I'm going to build like a 4-man or 5-man rover, something like that. I think I have some mod packs that have some rovers that are probably going to have enough crew that will be able to get this thing crewed up. And that still looks like it's clipping through the ground just ever so slightly. I guess it wasn't. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out on the pad, get the crew transferred on, and I will meet you when that's done. Well, looking at that, it actually is probably within a Kerbin's reach, so probably just go back and launch a real quick rover from over here. What do I have that's going to have a 4-man crew? What does this have? This has a crew capacity of 3. I think this one has crew capacity. Yeah, let's just launch this thing real quick. That ought to be quick and dirty. I like this rover a lot anyway. That will get us more than enough men. So, yeah, I'll just drive over to the rocket and catch... Well, let's actually do this because I like this. This is a really cool mod. I love these DMV things. Deploy the wheels. Takes it a second here, but that is pretty sweet. And I will just drive over there. I'll see you guys over there in a minute. Alright, well, the crew has arrived, so we're going to pull up to the rocket. And I'm going to have to walk these dudes up one by one pretty much, which is going to be time consuming, but let's see if we can even get this done, and then I'll just do it by myself if it works. Kind of makes it more realistic having to drive the crew over. Glad you don't have to do this with all of them. So, let's go ahead and retract the wheels real quick. And who's getting out? Nelly Kerman, come on, man. Or you might be a girl, I don't know. Don't really know if there's a girl or... Oh, look at this wobbling. That's a little bit worrying how much this ladder is wobbling here. Can you reach it? You can. Okay. So I'm just going to transfer 4 people up here, and we'll be good to go. Alrighty. Well, the last crewman has made the epic climb up the rocket, and we will be ready to go in a second here. Just get on board and double check just to make sure that everybody's in good shape here in terms of there being enough people. Why can I not click on the crew hatch? Huh. Well, I assume they're all in there. So let's end the flight of this thing so it doesn't get blown up. And we'll go to the tracking center and pick up the resupply flight here, and we are good to go. So this should just be a standard flight. Unless anything goes horrifically wrong, I will just meet you guys in orbit. Alright, well, we are finalizing our orbit here. So, with a little bit of a hope and a prayer, we'll have enough fuel to actually get up and rendezvous with the station. So, I will see you guys hopefully at the station. Alright, well, we have arrived at the target, so it's pretty much just a matter of getting aligned here for our docking. I think I had dock on the far side of the station. Let's give this a little juice here. And I have a stupid node. Where's my maneuver planner? Remove the node. There we go. So, this is going to take a minute. Alright, well, we are coming in for docking here. Things are looking pretty good. I'm going to have to do another one of these supply missions, but I'll do that one off camera because this is going to be the exact same ship launch in the exact same way, doing the exact same thing. And there we go. Now let's just do the physical time warp to stop the wiggle that happens then. And I can transfer my crew and all that, and all is well in the world. I'm very pleased with that. So, I think what I'll do is I'm going to do these EVAs off camera because they're going to take forever. And I will meet you guys once the crew is ready to go. Alright, well, the crew transfer has completed. We got 4 there, we got 2 there, so we need 4 more for that, and the station will be fully crewed. There's 2 people aboard the tug as well. So that's all done. I think all we got to do now is transfer some fuel. I'm going to transfer all of the RCS except for what's in these little tanks. So we'll do that into up there. Makes sense to me. Why that was part of the purpose of this was to resupply the RCS fuel actually too. So I'm going to be setting up, like I said, an identical one of these missions. I'll do that off camera. We are going to go through with the deorbiting of this one because I want to see how that's going to work out. Why did that not work? And there should be plenty of fuel in those little tanks just to nudge us away from the station. In fact, I could probably just leave stuff in one of those. In fact, let's do that. Oh, wait. 2 of them are empty. Wait, what? Yeah, we'll transfer that out too. Well, I'll give it a little extra for maneuvering, why not? So what are we looking at with fuel? We got 0 there. How much do I want to leave? That's a hard thing to say. I'll balance those tanks up there. I'm just going to transfer in. Let's say we leave 100 liters. Actually, we can probably just top off this tank, can't we? Yeah, we can. Yeah, we'll be able to top off both of the tanks, actually, and still have plenty left. Cool beans! These resupply things work fine for resupplying the tug, at least. Oh, crap. What did I just do? Let's lock the stage, because I don't know what I just did, and I don't like it. I meant to hit Alt and I hit space. I think I just fired up some engines was all. Alright, so let's go ahead and undock from the station. I said undock from the station. We can get rid of the rendezvous guidance. We don't need that. Turn on the RCS. Back off. Alright, that worked out really nice, didn't it? Let's get the resources up so I can see how much stuff I got. And we're just going to turn this way. Try to avoid those solar panels. Those are always a little bit worrying. We're just going to turn over this way and get away. And that's pretty much it for the monopropellant at this point, so let's just get clear of the station. So long, station. And we can deorbit this thing, so let's see here. Where is my retrograde? Up that way, I think. Oh, this is going to be a little funky to control when we run out of monopropellant. Hopefully that won't happen before I get to where I need to go. Alright, and lock her off. Well, that station's coming along. I'm glad it's got a full crew and stuff now. Let's close the shield, even though it doesn't matter. I just like to have that closed. It makes it feel more official. And I'm going to take a little shot of this before we go. Crew's going to take a picture. Can we see anything out of the... Oh, no, we can't, really. It's up there somewhere. I can't see it because there's really no windows in this thing. Huh. That's interesting. Anywho, let's bring up the guidance again. And hopefully we'll have enough fuel to actually get this thing back down. Where's my little nav ball? What is going on here? Why did that happen? I'm facing the right way. Why did that happen? I guess I wasn't facing entirely the right way. Is that good enough for you? Alright, that is working. Hey, can we try to plot our deorbit here? Actually, let's be careful here. See if we can actually land where we want to land. Where's the Kerbal Space Center? The Kerbal Space Center is on the dark side of the planet, isn't it? Let's orbit around. I'm actually going to try to hit the Kerbal Space Center or close to it, so I'll be back when the sun is on the right side here. Alright, well the Kerbal Space Center is coming up here, so I think it's going to be an early morning. Let's do one more orbit real quick, and then we will try to deorbit. Now, unfortunately, my periapsis is now in kind of the wrong place, but I think we'll be alright. I got a lot of fuel, I'm not that worried. So what we're going to do is when we come around to the periapsis, let's go ahead and flip this bad boy around here. Nice and easy. And let's see how... This is just landing practice, basically, because I still need landing practice. Right, and we'll lock it off. And let's fire them engines up. So I think I'm going to aim... like just about even with that island. This last time I aimed a little short of the island and it didn't work, so I'm going to use that island as a reference point this time. Alright, and we're definitely deorbiting. Oh, there we go, easy. Alright, we'll call that good. Now we can get rid of some of this spare baggage that we have. We can just... let me unlock the stage because it's still locked. We can ditch that. And should be good to go now. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit till we hit atmosphere. Alright, well there we go, atmosphere, and we're going to be coming down right in sunrise, which ought to be nifty. Try to flip this around so it's facing sort of the right way. That's gonna suck when we actually have to face the right way someday, because it's not the easiest thing to do, to be honest. There's no sense having RCS on. Doesn't do any good. Alright, let's see what happens. Like I said, I definitely do need the landing part. And we've already dragged down past where I want it to be. Well, darn it. We barely even hit the atmosphere and we've already lost enough speed that that's happened. Well, we'll see what happens. Where's the debris at? Should be like right with me still, right? I don't see it. It's around here somewhere though. That's a pretty time to be coming down, isn't it? I'm gonna add that to the snapshot book too, because that's pretty fun. Alright, we're gonna be accelerating for a little while longer. It looks like my chair just makes the loudest noises. I'm sorry about that. Alright, so Kerbal Space Center is like, I think it's right there. No, that's the wrong piece of land still. We're going to be so far short. We have to go over a whole nother piece of land. There's no possible way. Came in through too much atmosphere. If I'd come down on a steeper angle, that probably would have worked. But we're coming in so shallow. I think we're going to end up being right off the coast in the middle of this water. Because there you go. The capsule's straightening out. That means the drag is really starting to hit it. I'm not going to hit the chute until we get to like 5,000. Because I don't want to slow down too much. Oh yeah, we're going to be like a mile short again. And by a mile I mean hundreds of kilometers. So I aimed at that island. We need to go even further out from there apparently. It's really hard because like my altitude is always different when I'm coming in and stuff too. It's very hard to calculate. But Bill's been through this before, so he's not worried. He's not worried. Just want to make sure my parachutes work correctly on this thing too. I only put 2 of them on, but I think it should be good. Well, there we go with re-entry again. Oh, and there goes my debris. That resupply ship debris, the regular debris, really went a lot farther. I guess because it has more mass, it's less affected by the drag, probably. I don't know. It always ends up, it seems like my debris always way overshoots when I'm actually controlling. It's got to be the mass, I would assume. That can push through the air better. That would burn up in reality, probably, though. Because it hasn't got a heat shield. Maybe it just did it. It's gone now. No, it's still there. It just disappeared from my range. I was like, what the hell just happened? Things don't burn up. Well, we can kind of see the land where we want it to go off in the distance. Oh, well. Well, I think what I'll do is I'm going to finish this landing. I'm going to launch another ship, and I will meet you guys once we've resupplied again. What the heck is that? Oh no, Bill, you're going to get sucked up by some sort of vortex. There's a missing texture. That's odd. Well, we're not landing in it, so I don't think it matters. I wonder what would happen if we did land in that thing. Let's get those chutes out. Anyway, guys, see you back at the station. I did the crew transfers. We have a full crew on board now. We got 4 people in there. We got 2 in here. Bill is now in command of the actual station. He seems to have earned it. And then we got 4 in there. So we got a full crew on that. I swapped out because there were 2 Bill Kermans for some reason. So I swapped out the crew on the tug, and we're going to return the extras wherever the hatch went. Where did that hatch go? There it is. We returned the extras. There were 2 Bills and there were 2 Dudneys. So we're going to return those extras back to Kerbin, and hopefully they will just be gone. Because if you put 2 of the same people in the same structure, it will overwrite one of them, which actually happened. So I had to launch an extra mission to resupply stuff. Now we can turn on the RCS and just nudge ourselves away from the station. I'm going to close the shield. And let's turn Over, easy, easy, easy. Solar panels are fragile. There's no docking array on this station yet, so it's a little bit dicey in here. And nudge on over that way. Try to stop this movement. Get my fine controls back on. That would... oh god. Oh my god. Fire the engine. Just get away from the station. That was a little scary. It worked out though. Okay, so are we going to actually try to put this thing down on the Kerbal Space Center? That's the Kerbal Space Center right over there, isn't it? So we need to do a little bit of thinking. Yeah, that is the Kerbal Space Center. So let's warp. I'm gonna do my burn like here. Try to warp on down. Not warp, I mean. Try to burn on down to like... Now, I fell short, really short last time, but this is a much higher trajectory. So in real life, we probably burn up, but I think the way it's going to end up working out here is probably come down close to the station, because the atmosphere doesn't even start until right there. So this is going to be like a crazy trajectory here, but basically that was the main objective, was just to get the station resupplied. I'm gonna end it here for today. I'll be doing supply missions like this every so often, but I'm not gonna usually show them because they're kind of dull. But anyway guys, I want to thank you again for watching, and I'm gonna figure out what we're gonna do for our next mission. I gotta put some thought into that. Bye space station, we love you. Probably launch some more space station stuff. I think actually what I'm gonna do is I want to put an escape pod system into the station, so I think we'll probably end up actually trying to get that working next time. So I'll see you next time guys. Thanks again.